Whew. What's going on, people? Trying to get that right. Come on now. Man, y'all see that title, man. And I really don't want to be long. Actually, I can't be. Let me get this over. Can you handle leadership? Most of us can't, man. And it's not that you can't. It's who do you look for leadership, man? Who is your leaders? You know what I'm saying? Who do you see as a leader? You dig what I'm saying? Who do you see as a leader? How do you get those same qualities? How do you find those qualities in being a leader, man? And wanting to take on the responsibilities, you know, because the people usually around you. That's how we come up. They delegate and distribute, you know, by popular opinion or by a popular vote about how people feel about you, for you to speak for the masses. And a lot of us don't know how to lead because a lot of us don't know how to follow. You know, whether that be in following directions, you know, if you want to be something great. You know, so I know that's one of my talking points in this, you know, because just because you popular don't mean you a leader. Don't mean just because you well spoken, you know, you got good ideas, that you got sway over people, that you should be able to lead people or lead women. You know, just because you're a man, you should lead women. Because your parents, people around you tell you, oh, you gonna grow up to be a leader. You're going to do this, you're going to do that. First thing is, do you know how to follow direction? Do you know how to follow? Do you know what a leader is? Do you know what a leader look like? You know, we don't band together as men, even as young men growing up. You know, we lack unity. But before I jump to the unity part, I want to speak on that. We have a lack of black men who teach us, that groom us to be somebody to be looked at, or even to be somebody that somebody should even follow. You know, you got to have some standards. You got to know, you got to be able to make mistakes. You know, when being a leader, you're not going to be perfect. Being able to lead people, your family, you know, you're going to fall short sometimes. You know, you're not always going to be the best definition of perfect, man. And some of us don't even ask ourselves. We just let people delegate to us. Are you even ready to be a leader? A lot of us don't even got our shit together to even be that. We trying to get ours because we only looking out for number one. We only looking out for ourselves. So who cares about being a leader? That's one thing. Even in your community, do you want to be looked at as a pillar in your community, to be looked at to help others? Most gonna say no, because I'm not even thinking like that. I'm too worried about bills. I'm too worried about, you know, living check to check. And that's why I go back saying, and just even in the community, even in our household. Now me, just to give you a little background on me, yes, I've had both my parents, you know, still together to this day. It may say a lot about me. It may say some things about me, or may not say some things about me when I do these videos. You know what I'm saying? So did I see leadership? Yes. Have I seen some shortcomings with men around me? Yes. But I've seen a lot of good as well. I had a father in my life to project certain things and teach me certain things. Do everybody in these households to these days, and the people of my peers of my age and older, have that? No. You know what I'm saying? But people get off their ass and learn to do certain things. You know what I'm saying? It's something within you that you got to be able to do for yourself. And a lot of times we let people distribute that kind of title to us. You understand? Even in our life today, we still as men, because it take a village. You know what I'm saying? It take a village to find who you want to be as a man, or even as a woman. You know what I'm saying? To find out who you want to be. Because everybody looking at you. Brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, neighbors, you know, people at work, they all looking at you. People, if you got a voice, and you being heard, people usually tend to follow. They always tend to gravitate to what you got to say, because you saying it. You saying what most can't, most won't say, because either they don't know how to speak in a manner that's going to grab people's attention, or they don't care. They can give two shits about leading anybody. They only care about their family, themselves, which in the case, that's not being selfish, because you got to be able to lead them as well. But you can't be scared to make mistakes. You can't be scared to say, yo, I don't know the answer. I can't tell you this. I have to be able to defer. Even if you are a leader, you got to be able to take advice from people that's around you, that's willing to give good advice, and be able to defer sometimes. This young man over here, this young lady over here, you know what I'm saying, man or woman, knows something that I don't know. So you can't give opinions and facts about stuff that you know nothing about or never even experienced. You dig what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to defer. Yo, I don't know. I can recommend you to somebody who knows. You know what I'm saying? That's part of being someone of a leader, and having those kind of qualities to say, yo, I don't know. Either I'll do the research and get back to you on it, or I'll send you to somebody that knows. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not going to know everything as men. And it always goes back to, who do you have around you? What men do you have around you? And I'm talking to you fellas. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of us don't have that. So we lean on our own understanding, thinking that everything that we do is right in a way, which is not, because we got to be able to sit back and do the knowledge that everything that we've done in the past has not been correct. Because you look back and reflect and be like, yo, that shit wasn't right. I didn't do it right. You know what I'm saying? And we always tend to look at others and other men and be like, yo, you know what? They did a little bit better. Why did I think of that? Because sometimes we don't have that core group around us to even show us. We lean on our own understanding. You know what I'm saying? Even in the school systems. When I was growing up, I was in a Montessori school. I had a whole bunch of women in my school. I had no black men besides the black man that was in my house, which is my father. You understand me? That's the only man I had in my household, other than the men that was around me, my uncles and stuff like that. That I'm talking about positive men that's doing something. There was no black men in my school, in a Montessori school at that. Majority, all white teachers. You know what I'm saying? They were good teachers. But I'm saying, at that time, back in the 80s, when I was going to school, 90s, going to school, coming up, that's all I had. So I only had female presence. Now, if I didn't grow up with a father in the household, not being able to see both sides, look at both sides, which you are taught to do, you know, and you are able to observe, you're not going to see it. You're going to grow up one-sided in a lot of things because you don't know nothing else. You're being only taught by a woman. Nothing's wrong with that. A lot of us get our teachers like that. And I'm not bashing that. I'm just saying, when you're looking for leaderships, or when you're looking for certain qualities to grow yourself as a young man, as a man, you lack them because you never had it. And we need it. We need to groom other young men. Trouble, at risk, whatever label you want to put it as, your sons, your uncles, your sons coming up, whatever man is around, somebody that's positive that's gonna show them, give them a rope to come up on. Because kids don't know. Kids lean on their own understanding as well. When they not properly supervised, or not, and I don't want to say that to offend anybody, but when they not supervised, or when they spending too much time after school, or if they even going to school with their friends, what they do, they collaborate, they laugh, they have the fun, shits and giggles, rehearse songs and lines, and talking about drugs and girls, and they not properly being managed even on that. Because why? They don't have no black men, which is lacking. You know what I'm saying? They don't have enough knowledge because they so young to even gain a perspective on what should and how they should be looked at. They end up joining gangs in the whole 9 yards because they don't have nobody. Their friends are not even, doing anything of a positive nature to uplift them. You got the ones and the twos and the fews, right? You got a few of them, but far in between, and it's hard to raise that group up to be what you want your son to be, what you want your nephew to be, which we want to see them as leaders. You know what I'm saying? Which we definitely want to see them as leaders, and we can't, because they don't exist. They don't exist because there's a lack of men helping young youth come up. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, being a leader or being somebody in our communities is always a popular thing. It's always, distributed and delegated like that as such. You funny, you witty with your words, and that's how people delegate and choose to walk behind or follow. Not knowing that you have to, in order to lead, you got to be able to follow. You know what I'm saying? Some followers have become great leaders. Not everyone. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't walk that path. It's not for everybody, and that's fine. You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean you still can't pass certain things. You know what I'm saying? We all got our purpose. We all got to walk our life. You know what I'm saying? We all got a walk of life that we have to do, you know what I'm saying, and live. Not that saying everybody wants to be a leader, because nowadays that's not something everybody wants to do. But just don't think just because you're a man you should be able to lead people. You should be able to even lead your household. But sometimes you're not ready. You got to find that out for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you're not ready. Sometimes you're not ready to be a father. Sometimes you're not ready to be a mother. Sometimes you just, you got to learn these things. But you got to be able to make these mistakes too. You got to be able to make mistakes and be able to defer if you don't know something. You understand me? You got to be able to take advice from people in a way that you can take criticism. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the criticism is going to be harsh, but you got to be able to bear it. You got to be able to bear it. It's a part of life, and sometimes it's how people look at you. But listen, that's most of my time. That's my time, man. I'm gonna get out of here, and I'll check y'all on the next one. So y'all be blessed. And